hear everyone in the audience say one word, and I'll tell you what this one word is in just a minute. This word isn't always easy to say, and it's particularly challenging for women because it's built into our DNA not to say it. The word is no. All right, I want to hear everyone in the audience. Say it with me. 3, 2, 1, no! All right. That was pretty good for a first attempt. Hold that thought. So I'm generally a very happy person. My name is Joy, after all, and I don't really have bad days. After finishing my MBA, I took a job at a bank as a credit analyst, and I worked my way up. By the time I was 35, I was a vice president. I was happy every day and very successful, but I still felt that I was missing something. I wasn't fulfilled. The job for me was, as they say, a grind. I spent countless hours on tedious analysis of financial statements, tax returns, and Excel spreadsheets. I remember a good friend mentioned to me once, imagine if you're this successful at something you don't love. Imagine what you could do if you found something you did. So, one of the things in my 20s, I pretty much said yes to everything that was legal or moral, of course. But in my 30s and 40s, as I reflect on some of the best decisions I have made, it has been the things that I have said no to that have allowed me the time to pursue my goals, my purpose. So now, this time, I want to hear just the women in the audience say no with me. Ladies, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, no! Yes. Okay, now we're getting warmed up. So this brings me to the value of knowing my purpose. My purpose. What is my purpose? To find my purpose, I did what every woman does. I went to the spa. No, not the facial kind, the Smart Power Academy spa, where instead of going deep into my muscles, I dug deep into my purpose. I have found that my purpose is aligning the things I'm good at, my talent, with the things I love. My talent is that I'm a hero and an explorer. I love to forge new paths with whatever it takes to get it doneness. Think Wonder Woman, the superhero, meets Dora, the explorer. By aligning my talents with my purpose, I'm able to accomplish my goals by working smarter, by just using what I'm naturally good at. When I was 5, my mom bought me a shirt that read, "Princess? No, I want to be president." In recent years, I've learned to look at my career as Me Inc., of which I am, of course, the president. I also like to consider myself an entrepreneur by marriage. In 2014, my husband Dennis and I had an idea for a new product. And Dennis was eager to pursue it, but I didn't know how I could find the time. I had to ask myself, does this align with my purpose? Knowing that I already had a full-time job, a 2-year-old, an old fixer-upper of a house, and the need for an occasional night's sleep. I'd always been interested in running my own company. So I decided that it did, and I set about to do 2 things. First, I created a plan to bring my new product to market. And then I granted myself the permission to say no to the competing priorities that weren't a part of my plan. Dennis and I joined a weekly entrepreneur mentoring group, and after 6 months, we successfully funded a Kickstarter campaign. We've been featured in Inventor's Digest. We've been interviewed by Guy Raz on NPR's How I Built This twice. And out of 45,000 applicants, we were selected to pitch our product on ABC's Shark Tank. I will never forget the nervous anticipation I felt as I stood on the set just before those big double doors opened, and Dennis and I walked down the hallway together, and we stood on the carpet in front of the sharks. I had read that in that moment, the sharks size you up, and I did everything I could to stand tall, look them in the eyes, and give them my biggest, most confident smile. Now, despite my outward confidence, on the inside, I was freaking out. The pitch had pretty much turned in a full-on verbal boxing match. And it was like, take a blow, and then throw a blow. Take a blow, and then throw a blow. And then I thought to myself, no, Dennis, don't say that. And the pitch pretty much went downhill from there. We had put our heart and soul into preparing for this for 5 long months, and all of our hopes and dreams were demolished in about 5 crushing minutes. But from this experience, I gained the confidence to stand in front of anyone and pitch the ideas that I believe in. I also learned that when I forge new paths, there will be roadblocks. But I know that I have what it takes, the grit, to get past them. And now, 2 years later, we're selling our products every day on Amazon. Cha-ching! Just sold another one. Purpose, confidence, and grit. This is the secret sauce that I learned of leadership from a man named Will Mare. Will was the founder of the SPA, the Smart Power Academy, and also the co-founder of the Covey Leadership Center, which brought the 7 habits of highly effective people to millions worldwide. Back in the day, you know, the 80s. What I appreciated about Will was that he challenged me. He made me think differently. He made me stronger. About a year ago, Will suggested we should form a women's institute to teach women to lead. And as we laid that foundation for that institute, it became clear that we needed to bring men into this conversation, that we needed to recruit them to sponsor, advocate, and mentor women who lead. After less than a year, we formed the Institute, and we launched it on January 30th, the Institute for Leadership Synergy, and we launched it to a packed house. It was the best day of my professional career. Our chancellor would later remark to me, that day was perfect. Three weeks later, I received a call that Will Mare, the man who had challenged me, who made me think differently, who made me stronger, had passed away unexpectedly during one of his favorite activities, surfing. Will taught me that when I change myself, I change the world. But now in this moment, he left me. But he left me with this vision and this impactful thing that we hadn't fully developed yet. But he also left me with the people and the tools to see it through. And I will. But how? Remember how I mentioned that there's certain behaviors that men can do to support women who lead? One of these is private encouragement. It's like in Moana. Have any of you seen Moana? So Moana is trying to convince the demigod Maui that he should board her boat, sail with her across the sea, and restore the heart of Te Fiti. He's not sure about going. So to convince him and to encourage him, she crouches down next to him and she softly chants in his ear, Maui, 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 ah. So I have found that for me, it has made all the difference to have that daily encouragement from a cheerleader, a cheer person, or a cheer man in my case, my husband Dennis, who gives me my chant every day and supports me with Joylyn, 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 ah. But at the end of the day, you must be your own cheerleader first. So now, I know I have been asking you to say no, but now I want to hear you say yes. I want to hear you say yes to knowing your purpose. I want to hear you say yes to changing yourself. And I want to hear you say yes to changing the world. Are you ready to say yes with me? 3, 2, 1, yes! That's awesome. Now, I know in my heart that you too can be the change.